Hey, we're going to go through this week in landscaping. We're going to talk about what has happened the last week, and then we're going to kind of talk about what that means and what you should care about, what you're seeing, answer some of those questions, and how you need to react to it. So, we're going to start with the weather. Last night we had kind of a storm pop up. There had been hints of it, but I don't think I was certainly not expecting it to be as strong as it was. We had Southwest Austin get hammered very quickly, about 9:30 or 10 p.m. last night. And then there were some other areas, north side, some of the west stuff that really didn't get any, which is kind of sad. We need that rain to come through. Um, and so what this means for you is if you are in some of these areas that got a good dump of rain, then you can save some water on irrigation this week. If you aren't, then you should make sure, really need to make sure that if you're not getting consistent watering in, that you're going to make sure that happens this week. Why? Because this is like a turning point week for the spring. We're seeing a lot of stuff start to bloom out. We have for the last couple of weeks, but your turf, your grass in your yard is about to really go. And what needs to happen is the soil temperatures need to change. And the soil temperatures are going to be driven in large part by the biological interactions of the organic matter in the soil, which needs to be activated by water. So if you have a fancy controller that does understands the weather patterns and is going to skip your uh, rain or your like irrigation cycle this week, make sure that you got enough rain, or if you have a rain sensor, that'll work. If you don't have one of those things, you should consider getting one because you're going to save a watering session this week that you're going to want to use come the summer. So that's what's happening in the weather. That's why it matters to you. Make sure your irrigation system is still running if you didn't get a really good dump for this week. And if you did get a lot of water this week, then you're going to save yourself some. So next thing is a prickly pear cactus. I saw this yesterday. I thought it was cool. I think the little new pads are pretty. They're pretty. They're beautiful. Just as a plant fact for you, the way that you plant prickly pear cactuses is very complicated. You chop off a pad and you drop it on the ground. That's it. So if you're trying to grow extra prickly pear, I don't know why you would. That's how you do it. And then they'll just take it from there. And a couple weeks later, like you can start to pull it up, and it'll see that the pad has started to root in, and then it'll throw these little. I'm pointing at the screen, which you can't see. It'll throw these little these little bright green pads up, and then start to poke out. There are spineless prickly pear cactuses, which is crazy. Um, but this one is obviously not. These are really important for wildlife. A lot of birds and stuff hide in these from predators. Um, and I think they're beautiful as long as my kids aren't falling into them. Next, this is a seep willow. This is a common plant in native areas. They're very resilient. It's just a summer plant, and so you see it start to um, put on these like growth that's showing that the spring is really coming because this is a late activator. This is a crepe myrtle. That little blue thing on there is from my kids putting tinsel in it for Christmas, which is life. Um, but this is a Natchez crepe myrtle. If you're ever curious about crepe myrtles, we have a page on our website called Types of Crepe Myrtles in Austin. And it talks about different kinds and the popular types. And you just want to make sure that if you're ever planting a crepe myrtle, you know what kind you're putting in because you don't see the blooms. You don't know what color it's going to be. And then also they can vary dramatically from like 3 feet tall to 40 feet tall. And putting a 40 footer next to a 15 footer is a very different thing. You just want to be careful with it. Um, Bicolored irises are starting to come in. This is a flax lily, variegated flax lily. Variegated means that there's different colors in the leaves. It's pretty. This is a good example of a perennial plant that was cut back to all these little brown sticks, and it just looked like a little pile of sticks. Now it's starting to bloom out. This will come in at 1.5 feet, 2 feet tall. Good pop change of color. This is a sunshine ligustrum. Um, these are starting to sprout out as well. These are super resilient to Texas heat, do really well in your yard, get 5, 7 feet tall at maturity. They get wide as well, so they're good privacy hedge. Laura petalums, they're early. bloomers. So you're starting to see this. This is from last week, March 18th. So this is from this is a good indication of these come out. They get purpler, more purpley as the heat comes in. This is a great picture of a red oak. It's not a great picture. That's why I was joking. It's a red oak, but it's showing that a lot of the deciduous trees have yet to really come back. You're going to start seeing them leaf out here, depending on how much sun they're getting over the next 3 or 4 weeks. Um, this is exciting for me because this is a picture of sod installation that we did last week. Um, and the reason it's exciting to me is because the sod farms are giving us really bright, vibrant grass now. It has been dormant, obviously, but now we're starting to see the sod farms to the east are warm enough that the grass is really woken up and giving us a much more vibrant product. And you're going to start to see that in your own grass as well. This is a picture of a butterfly. The reason I put this here is just what you need to know is bugs are coming, and you've already started seeing them, but as we get more blooms, we'll get more bees. Um, I saw a scorpion yesterday, and I went down to like pull something out so I could kill it, and a moth flew up in my face and scared me because I thought the scorpion was flying at me because I'm an idiot, and I didn't jump. I did jump. It scared me. Um, and but it was a beautiful butterfly, which wouldn't scare me. And we're going to see a lot more of those. We'll even see hummingbirds here coming soon, which will be fun to start seeing again. And of course, we're starting to see the wildflowers. This is a bluebonnet in our yard. I don't think we're going to have a great year for wildflowers because of the rain so far, which is unfortunate. But they're starting to bloom. We'll start seeing them across all of the medians for stuff. And there you have it. That's what's going on this week in landscaping. Hope you have a great day.